Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 108 of Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. Let's get straight back involved with the White March. We got a place to be in the White March. It's calling to us, ladies and gentlemen. It is calling to us. As much as I really... Actually, no, first things first, we are actually going to go give... we're going to give Adir his upgrade, because I know that I technically... I researched. Research is just I shouldn't have done it, but I at least knew what type of thing I was looking for. I just didn't know which fucking one it was. Though, to be fair, if I'd actually fought on it harder, this would have been easier. $100 per day. Fuck off. The Aztec seems to hum as it nears the Engwiffin machine. Something arcs between the steel blade and the Adra core of the ancient device. The voices in the Aztec grow quieter, and the weapon feels more powerful. New writing appears along the blade. New verse blazes from the metal. They read, "Find the sun-kissed hillocks where the dead folk sleep. Rest beside their wasting flesh. Inspect what dreams you reap." Don't actually know what that is, so look, we'll figure it out one day. Anyway, let's fuck off from here. It's been a long ass time since I was there. To Stalwart. 2 days and 12 hours. Nothing like a nice long journey. Well, apart from a short journey, but that's not the point. Let's see how Stalwart has changed.
While we wait, the enemy grows stronger.
And you'd send more of us to die.
Well, I'm not gonna stand around. Are you?
You've done plenty, Darian.
You approach the source of the commotion and see a throng of villagers. They're arguing amongst themselves and hurling questions at a man's a lone figure perched above them. A young man stands on a spur of rocks, his clenched fist held aloft. Steam rises from his wild hair and flushed face as he shouts to the gathering.
Been a week since our people left these gates. A week since the iron flail took them.
He paces the outcropping, his eyes burning. You see a few scattered nods in the crowd.
Yet we wait here behind our sturdy new walls, hiding in our rebuilt homes. We've done nothing.
He brings his fist into the palm with a sharp smack. The crowd erupts, bristling with pointed fingers and pointed words. One woman steps forward, her eyes lock on the young man.
Who are you to tell us how to defend our own? You ain't been here 2 months!
Several others grunt and hoot. You feel a shift in the crowd, like a changing tide.
Hey, an angry mob. See? We're not so far from home.
And since I got here, I've been working alongside the rest of you. Don't start with that again.
A handful of others know along with him, but they cringe and flinch as another villager joins the fray, shaking his finger at the young orator.
Well, it was your idea to send our people to that damned fort in the first place. If it weren't for you and the other leeches that come up with you, we wouldn't be in this mess.
The new accuser raises a chorus of furious cries. Darren raises a handful of hands for card, but the crowd's wrath is snowballing. Stop, everyone. A dozen heads turn in your direction. The villagers recognize you and their eyes widen with hope and reverence. Is this about the fort near the battery? He nods.
It's a small army from Raid Saris. They call themselves the Iron Flail.
At Darren's mention of the name, the rest of the crowd falls silent. The word triggers a sudden flashback to your dream of the mysterious army and the destruction of Caed Nua. As the images fade, you see once more the vision of 100 eyes watching you and something just beyond.
Showed up a few weeks after you opened the battery. Demanded we give him the White Forge.
He avoids your gaze, scraping his boots against a rock.
They're led by a Darek Sendamir. Comes from an old Raid Saren family. The rumor has it the man's half mad with visions. Claims one drove him here to take the White Forge.
They're not the only bloodsuckers around here.
The villager glares up at Darren, but most of his fellows are ignoring him by now. Darren raises his voice above the ruckus.
Our crew at the battery locked their doors and told the Iron Flail to go back to Raid Saris. Instead, they built a fort in the middle of the wood. So we sent a committee to reason with them. But that was a week ago. And we haven't seen our people since.
A low rumble ripples through the crowd. Darren hesitates.
That can only mean one thing.
He grimaces at the frightened, arguing crowd, arguing crowd drowns him out once more. He's right, you've got to defend what's yours.
We're just miners and fisher folk.
Panic surges from the crowd.
Send Darien and the rest of the newcomers. Let them earn their keep.
We've cleared your roads and repaired this town. What more do we have to prove?
Cries of agreement and protest boil up from the crowd.
Maybe we could nudge them into torching their own village.
Please, everyone.
In the fragile silence that follows, the others turn around to look at Darren.
Whatever our difference is, we've got to deal with the army at our gates.
He looks back to you.
You've done a lot for Stalwart already. Many of us wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for you.
He breaks off, looking as if he'd like to stuff his words back into his mouth. After an easy pause, he swallows and continues.
What I mean is, if anyone could deal with an army, it's you.
Very well, I'll help you.
The Iron Flail cleared a patch of forest north of Durgan's battery, built their fort there. It'll be well guarded, so if you can get in without raising an alarm, you may have an easier time of it. The important thing is to deal with the commander. If you can get rid of him, the rest of the soldiers will scatter.
I think I've dreamed about this farming.
What exactly did you see?
He watches over you with wide, wondering eyes. A murmur ripples through the crowd. The dream was unclear.
Of course. We're just thankful this dream led you back. Anyway, we've got our work cut out for us here.
He gives the crowd a purposeful look. Grumbling, they start to disperse.
While you're out, stop by the battery. Wangra and her team are still repairing the heavy cannons. They've made a lot of progress elsewhere. Thought you might like to see how far it's come.
I want to ask you about something.
Haven't been here long, but I'll tell you what I can.
Tell me about the Iron Flail.
They heard about the White Forge and came running. Just like a lot of us did. Only difference is, they brought siege weapons. As best anyone can tell, they're from the border region near Little Bend, one of the poorest parts of the country. For Raid Ceres, well, that's saying something.
What brought you to Stalwart?
Work. I was a cobbler in New Yarma, but the city got more crowded every year. Rural types fleeing the legacy. A couple months ago, I heard Stalwart was offering land and opportunity to new settlers, so figured I'd give it a go out here. For a while, folks seemed glad to have some new blood, but that changed as more and more of us came.
There does seem to be a lot of tension around the town.
Before you opened Durgan's battery, people tell me Stalwart barely had enough warm bodies to keep the town running. A bunch of us came when we heard about the White Forge, but now, I think the old-timers would just as soon send us back. We take the best jobs, we don't pay our respects to Andra, we're overcrowding the town. I get it. Stalwart's changing. Same thing happened in New Yarma when folk moved in from the countryside. But they can't keep blaming us for everything that goes wrong out here. I'm just hoping they'll calm down once the Iron Flail is gone.
That's all. We'll send an escort with this prick. Send the grieving mother to get rid of him. Supplicant leaving in 2 days. If ignored, -3 prestige, -3 prestige plus 0. Thing, minor reputation, but Gilded Veil negative. Okay, we'll pay off.
Yeah.
So let's have a look around the village. It's
Right.
doesn't seem to have changed much.
Ain't that special?
I shall be discreet.
It's tab I was looking for. There we go. We can walk around and then see if anyone needs to talk. Is it true? I saw lights from bad. Did you really? Oh. I can't believe I was sure I'd never make this route again. But who knows what rarities will come from those halls. Such exciting time. Actually, yeah, shouldn't we go for sale? It's a shame I don't really need items. Ooh. They're expensive, so I can't really afford them. What I can afford to do is get rid of all this shit. I'm going to go probably about 5 grand for everything I've picked up. Okay, well, no, we'll go for 10 grand. That's what I want to make. I want to make 10 grand. Okay, it looks like we're going to easily make... that's meant to be... Yeah, please don't sell that. That's meant to be in my fucking... Okay, put it to the end. That's good. Right, so it looks like we're going to make 10 grand easy. And, you know, I don't fucking need these books. Just get rid of them. Okay, we're gonna make 20 grand, and we still got all this to sell. Maybe 30 grand. Can we hit 30? Okay, we're gonna hit 30. Yep, went straight up and past 30. Let's get rid of these scrolls as well. I mean, scrolls are pretty cool, but I'm not really going to use scrolls at this point now. I've not used them yet, so I'm not going to suddenly start. Ah, yes, traps. We need to get rid of those. Damn, I was kind of hoping we'd make 40 grand. Whoa, no, don't get rid of that. Fucking hell, that was close. Yeah, that didn't really help. Alright, doesn't look like we're going to make as much money as I want. There we go. Make 40 grand. So let's see what else is going on in the village, if there's any, oh wait, that's a new person. Run for mayor, they said. It's an easy job, they said. I should have stayed in the mines. He noticed you approach, and his eyes widen. Aldwyn, what brings you back to Stalwart? You're always welcome here. He names you. What was that about a negotiation? There's a group of merchants from Defiance Bay interested in a trade agreement with Stalwart. The representative, Nesta, is staying at Grief's Rest. I've been avoiding her because I have zero experience with treaties and contacts and all that. I was a miner, not a diplomat. Maybe you could talk to her on my behalf. He looks at you hopefully. As mayor, I'll give you full authority to negotiate on Stalwart's behalf. What makes you think I'd do any better than you in a negotiation? You're the hero of Stalwart, the man who reclaimed the White Forge. Of course you'd do better than me. I'll go talk to Nesta then. Thank you. As I said earlier, you can find her in Griff's Rest. I'm pretty busy, so unless there's something else, how's Stalwart doing these days? We've rebuilt, the western palisade is fixed, and some fancy merchants set up shop where Cade's house used to be. He gestured to the temple. We've also got a proper temple to Abaddon again. Never understood why the Ondrites stuck around Stalwart in the first place.
Yeah.
So this is a temple to Abaddon now. I think we should have a look. I never did like the Ondrites, to be fair. They're a bit of a... They're pricks, let's be honest. Yep, there's two people to talk to.
Come on, stupid sword.
Engrim nods at you and smiles in recognition. Ah, the Kindler of the White Forge. We owe you a great debt for the industry and faith you've restored here. Welcome to the temple of Abaddon. What do you do here? I lead this temple and guide the acolytes in the manner of both spiritual and mundane. Indicates the forge and anvil. Indicates the forge and anvils. Worshippers of other gods pray or meditate. We Abaddonians venerate our god through the act of smithing. Our doors are always open and our forge always alight. How may I help you? This used to be a temple of Wanderer. He tilts to one side, back when this was a dying, forgotten place. But the clerics who tended it left, as is customary of the goddess. The throngs who have since come to Stalwart sought a more practical deity.
Yeah.
I'll just take that. If it's not Robin, I'm gonna take it.
If you say so. Got it done.
That's stealing, but so I'm not actually gonna steal that. I just wanted to open it. You know, gotta get that XP anyway in some place, ladies and gentlemen. Gotta get that XP somehow. Right, so I remember you.
I hope you've had some luck, and do take care with that device. It has...
Oh, that fucking bell end. Oh, yeah, I remember that fucking quest. You know, I'm not even gonna fuck it. I'm not even going in the fishery because I'm just annoyed now. Yeah, 2 new houses have been
What am I to do with all of these?
A well-built dwarven woman stands before you, one hand on her head and the other holding a few sheets of paper. The complaints of blights in Whitestone Hollow. And who are these people? Migrants faithful, great, another pack of religious zealots. It's like they're popping up out of the snow these days. She glances up at you. Oh, sorry, Aldwyn, just a little preoccupied. Things may have quieted down with the ogres lately, but there's been no stories of new trouble, or work for those interested, just saying. You mentioned blights? You know, I'm glad to see you're bright-eyed and eager to help us out. I appreciate that, but I'm not sure you're ready to tangle with this bunch just yet. I'll be the judge of that, just give me the bounty. Alright, but you can't say I didn't warn you. The Terror of Whitestone Hollow. It's a grand blight that turned up after the avalanche. Real disaster that. A great big heap of snow, right on top of our main trade routes. We can't start fixing the road until we get the blights out of there. Can't exactly ask you to bring back the thing's head, but the word is the Terror's last victim was a caravan master. Turns out this fellow always wore a certain brooch. Figures it's somewhere in that mysterious belly. A monstrosity's belly. Bring me the brooch and I'll take it as proof you handled the blight. Sounds fair? Who are migrants faithful? You know, I'm glad to... Oh, okay. I'll be the judge that'll give me the bounty. Alright. Okay, you can't say I didn't warn you. Bandits and horse thieves, as far as I can tell, led by a woman named Redowith. Problem is with their little group keeps growing and they've started tearing through some of the smaller villages. They were last spotted by Searing Falls, and rumour is that they're headed in our direction. Stalwart's just getting his bearings. We can't afford this kind of trouble. Bring me her head, and I'll see you a little richer for it.
Light, flame, and sound.
So apparently we can go in here. Let's quickly go in here before the end of the part.
Would I interest you in a new blade?
Damn it, let's consider Robin. Let's just talk to Hammond. The shopkeeper's clothes seem a little nicer, if not terribly worn, compared to what you've seen around Stalwart. His hair is immaculately coiffed, and his rosy cheeks look like they've barely been touched by the mountain winds. Welcome, welcome. I've got arms and armor, all top quality, or perhaps you'd like to see potions. Always a pleasure to meet respectable company out here anyway. Show me what you've got for sale. The twin string. Now there's one of the weapons a Cypher can use. Or a Cypher can soulbind. I'm gonna buy it just because it's a soulbound weapon and I like it can be used by a ranger or a rogue as well. Coiled coat. I'm not paying 7,800 for that. Fuck off. Ooh, plus result. Yeah, I want that. Something tells me I'm gonna be piss poor pretty soon. This fuck has a lot of other useful things as well. Pretty sure I need some of that as well. So I'm just going to buy that for now. Aldwyn, how would you like to be good at archery? No, I'm joking. Actually, do I have any crossbow skills? I'm actually, like, if I can soulbound the weapon, I'd probably start, I would use it. Two-handed, I took two-handed style. Do you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to equip it to myself anyway. Twin-sting crossbow with an unusual design is built to fire 2 bolts before requiring reload. You know what? Fuck it. That sounds like effort. I'll give that to someone else. And the really annoying thing is I can't actually wear these helmets I've picked up. Good thing is I can give them away though. So what this is minus 50% stun duration, plus 2 athletics, and plus 3 resolve. I'm gonna give the resolve. So what does resolve do again? Yeah, that one's a little bit useful there. I think that one might suit you a little bit better. Plus 3 resolve. Actually, I think that one would do you better. Does not suit her, but fuck it, she's having it. I'm also going to white forge her body because apparently that's something you need to do. I'm going to give the last helmet to Alof for now, just to, just as a precaution. That crossbow, though, I'm probably going to have to give to someone, our ranger.
Huh?
Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to end this part here. Hope you guys have enjoyed. See you guys next part. See you guys then.